The Met Gala glittered like a constellation plucked from the heavens and dropped onto the marble floors of the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Gowns swept like tides, tuxedos gleamed, and the buzz of whispered alliances and rivalries hummed beneath the elegance. Celebrities posed like sculptures, careful and curated. But amid the endless flashing lights, Taylor Swift stood still at the edge of the grand staircase, watching one arrival that made the rest of the world blur. Timothée Chalamet stepped out of the black car, dressed in charcoal velvet with his trademark messy waves falling just above his eyes. He had the same air of effortless cool he'd always carried, but Taylor caught something else this time: hesitation. She knew that look. He was calculating the risk of the moment before him. They hadn't spoken in 4 years. Not since Paris. Not since the night where secrets spilled in the middle of a storm on a rooftop neither of them would ever forget. The industry never knew about them, not really. A few fans speculated, connecting dots between candid photos, lyrics, and interviews. But their truth had always lived in shadows, just as they'd intended. Across the staircase, their eyes locked. For a second, the years collapsed. She raised her champagne glass slightly, the gesture laced with irony. A truce? A challenge? Timothy offered a soft, almost imperceptible smile. His palms were sweating, though. He'd promised himself he wouldn't get pulled back in, but there she was, a silver goddess in a room of mortals. Backstage, the universe, perhaps fate or some bored publicist, placed them in the same narrow hallway behind the event's main stage. Taylor's voice came first. Calm. Ice with fire underneath. New York's smaller than you think, she said. Avoiding me takes more effort than you're capable of. He leaned against the wall, arms crossed, trying to appear unaffected. Wasn't avoiding. Just didn't want to unravel everything all over again. But that's the thing, she said, stepping closer. You never even tried to tie it up. Their history was delicate and raw. In the summer of 2019, they'd both been in Paris, her for a secret writing retreat, him filming a period drama. They'd collided at a gallery opening, sparks flying immediately. It had been brief, intense, and doomed from the start. Both were tangled in other relationships, in career chaos, in the kind of emotional limbo that made every choice feel temporary. But their connection hadn't been. She remembered the night he left. No goodbye. Just a handwritten poem in her coat pocket. If you were a storm, I'd be the fool holding the kite. It was beautiful, romantic, and gutless. He had disappeared into filming in Morocco and hadn't reached out again. She didn't chase him. But she wrote 3 songs. None of them made the album. Until now. Her newly released album, Ashes and Icons, was already shattering streaming records. But track 6, Velvet Ghost, stirred chaos online. The lyrics were too specific, too haunting. You left a note, not a reason. Velvet on your shoulders, silence in your goodbye. I lit a candle in every room, but your shadow danced in all of them. The internet exploded. Fans immediately pointed fingers at Timothy. Old photos were re-examined. Reddit theories trended. He saw it all unravel in real time. And it shook him. Not because of the attention, he'd lived with that. But because she was right. He had vanished. And he didn't know why he'd expected her to keep his secret forever. At a press event in Soho, paparazzi screamed questions over flashing lights. Did you hear the song? Is it about you? Were you the Velvet Ghost? He didn't answer. Couldn't. But inside, it ate at him. Not because she'd exposed him, but because he realized she had remembered everything. Every damn detail. Then came the Vogue interview. Taylor, cover star, was asked point blank, was the song about Timothée Chalamet? She didn't blink. Some ghosts wear suits. Some wear velvet. Either way, they haunt. The quote was everywhere within an hour. He texted her that night. Really? No response. Until Venice. She was performing at a private gala hosted during the Venice Film Festival. He was premiering a film about a tortured artist in hiding. Their limos pulled up nearly simultaneously. They hadn't coordinated. No one believed it was an accident. The press swarmed. Flashes lit up the night. He looked at her. She looked away. The after-party was crowded, loud, suffocating. Yet somehow they ended up alone again, on a balcony overlooking the canal. The water reflected the moonlight like silver secrets. "You could have called me," he said, voice quieter than he meant it to be. She didn't look at him. "You could have stayed." Silence. "I was scared," he admitted finally. "You were fire. I've spent my whole life pretending I'm not made of paper." She turned then. Really looked at him. "I wasn't asking you to burn. I was asking you to stay. There's a difference." His eyes dropped to the ground. "I know." "And now?" she asked. "What are you pretending to be now?" He didn't answer right away. Just stepped closer. "Someone brave enough to admit, I never stopped thinking about you." Her breath caught slightly, but her eyes stayed strong. "I didn't write that song to punish you," she said. "I wrote it because, for once, what we had wasn't fiction. And I needed to remember that something real happened in a world where everything is staged." They stood like that, close but cautious, for a long time. Then came the camera flash from the street below. Someone had found them. Again. The illusion of privacy was gone. But neither of them moved. Timothy reached for her hand. And this time, she didn't pull away.